To the point, sports and entertainment. Y'all hit that like button. Sub to the channel if you're not a member. Also hit the notifications to get all of my content, all of my videos. $ straight to the point 77 is my cash app too if you'd like to donate to the channel. And also share this video too as well. I hope everybody feeling all right tonight. Been busy as hell. I apologize, man. They got your boy busy as you know what. Boy, Matt Moses, he up in here. Y'all make sure y'all smash that like, man. Get it out in the algorithm. You said Victory Monday. He said, victory is mine. Stephen Green. I haven't been getting a notification. Well, hey, that's the thing. You got to share the video and you got to like it. And you also got to tell the people about it. Stephen Green, I'm going to share your shit. You know what I'm saying? Matt Moses, if you was out there rocking, I'm going to share your shit because a lot of people might not even be aware that they make, you making videos and shit. You know what I'm saying? So we got to get it out there in the algorithm, man. You know what I'm saying? Plus, we got a lot of funny stuff that's been going on across the YouTube streets, too. So, but it's all good, though. Nevertheless, man, I appreciate you coming through, showing love. Now, I want to talk about this topic right here, man. Concerning Draymond. Now, look, this isn't everything that Draymond's been doing lately, man. This isn't anything new. Now, I gotta let everybody know, you know what I'm saying? Look, I fuck with Draymond, okay? I fucked with him. You know what I'm saying? I don't like some of the antics that he does, but I still fuck with him. You know what I'm saying? I've often said that if it was a younger Draymond, especially Draymond coming out of Michigan State, I would like to have him on my squad. He's somebody that you want on your squad, but you don't necessarily want to play with. That's the same with Dylan Brooks. That's the same with a guy like Dennis Rodman. That's the same with a guy like Pete Bell. You know what I'm saying? Those are guys that you want on your team, but you don't necessarily want to play with them. That goes for like Bruce Bowen, all them motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? But the thing about it is, right? Of course, we know the situation that went on when they played the Pelicans, and of course there was a fan that he had got into it with, and the fan pretty much, what up with it? No pain. I'll see you in the building. Hey, y'all hit that like when y'all come up in here, man. Hit that like, and also hit the share the video too as well. Get it out in the algorithm. They're not sending anything out for your boy. I don't know why. But getting back to Draymond. Getting back to him. Okay? Like I said, I don't agree with everything that he do. You know what I'm saying? And he's, like I said, he's a player that I would want on my team, but you would hate to go against him. But in this case right here, when the fan called him Angel Reese or whatever, man, come on, big dog. Man, listen. You got to take the good, the bad, and the ugly. I know when my guy No Pain and when I was playing, man, that was nothing. And honestly, I like hecklers. I like trash talk or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, some of it goes... some people, look, as long as it ain't racial, as long as you don't disrespect, you know what I'm saying, like if I would have had, kids, back then, if you don't disrespect my kids or anything like that, okay, it's all good. Of course, people are going to say shit, you know what I'm saying, about, as long as you don't disrespect, somebody's wife or their mama, but unfortunately, people tend to do that. Now, that right there is all fair game. But when you talk about me, you can say anything. You said Draymond run people the wrong way. Well, so did Dennis Rodman. So did Dennis Rodman. So did Charles Oakley. So did Charles Barkley. I need to go down the list. So did Jordan. So did Reggie Miller. You know what I'm saying? Those guys. So did Larry Bird. So did Kevin McHale. I need to keep going. I mean, listen, man. Draymond is not the only motherfucker that tends to do the stuff that he done, and it was brutal. It was even more brutal in the back in the day. So everybody talk about, oh yeah, he would make it in the '90s and all this other bullshit, or man, he wouldn't have made it in the '80s. No, he would. And like I said, I fuck with Draymond. You know what I'm saying? But we're talking about the '80s and the '90s, where if you stepped up in a person's face, hell, the fan or the actual player, they were gonna clock you right in your face or whatever. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't too much talking going on back then. You know, people were knocking people's teeth out and stuff. You know what I'm saying? That type stuff. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, you know, it's funny, Stephen Green, No Pain, Matt Moses, if you're still up in here, man. You know, listen, this is the thing right here. I saw a fight, Stephen Green, and this is no bullshit. Okay, this is straight up right here. I saw a fight between Kevin Johnson and Magic Johnson. Who would have thought you would have saw a fight between them, like Kevin Johnson, you know, the politician. Kevin Johnson, you know, little nigga that dunked on Hakeem. You know what I'm saying? You know, that Kevin Johnson, you know what I'm saying? They used to have the Converses. You know what I'm saying? Who would have thought that Kevin Johnson and Magic Johnson got in the play? And see, that's the thing. You thinking everybody think Magic Johnson was this, oh, you know, nice guy and all that. I mean, no, Magic will fight. Magic will fight. Okay? But getting back to Draymond, man, you got to be able to take that. You got to take the good, the bad, and the ugly. And he said that, you know, he likes going on the road and, you know, the chippiness and the trash talk and stuff like that. But I mean, getting in the fans' face and stuff like that, man, obviously, you know, it touched you and it got up under your skin some type of way. I mean, Draymond, you done called Kevin Durant the B word. You done called LeBron James the B word. Okay? I mean, you got to be able to take the good, the bad, and the ugly. I saw with that in 1990 with Magic. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, but like I said, the 90s wasn't nothing. Look, I ain't taking nothing away from the 90s. I mean, of course, there was shit that went on in the 90s, but man, we talking about the 80s though. The 80s was brutal, man. That's why I don't like all this stuff. Oh man, the 90s, man, the 90s. What? First off, the 80s ain't have shit on the 90s. I mean, the 90s didn't have shit on the 80s. In terms of competitiveness, 90s ain't have shit on the 80s. And then on top of that, you got to understand, it was so many more teams winning in the 80s. 80s were way more physical. You know what I'm saying? Like it was way more chippy, man. Lot more grudges. A lot more less friendliness going on and stuff like that. You know, don't get me wrong, the 90s was physical. You know what I'm saying? But in terms of the 80s, that's a different beast, man. Hell, we could even go on the 70s. 70s was physical. You know what I'm saying? But, 80s wasn't nothing like the 80s, man. You said, did you see when Wemby got in Draymond's face and not backing down? Yeah, I mean, listen, and that, I like that. That's what you're supposed to do. And listen, some people may like it, some people may not like it. You know what I'm saying? But Draymond does this shit so his team can play with an edge. Okay, Draymond may not be, an Anthony Mason or Xavier McDaniel or none of them motherfuckers, all right? He may not be none of them motherfuckers. I mean, hell, Dennis Rodman never threw Dennis Rodman wasn't going to sit up there and fight you one-on-one, but he was going to get in your head and make you deranged and throw you off of your game. Like, why is this motherfucker pulling down my shorts? Why is this motherfucker pinching me in the rib? Or why is this motherfucker, because it's a psychological type of thing. And you gotta be able to deal with it. Sugar in the building. What's up with it, sweetie? How you doing? And Brown Sugar know about that. You know what I'm saying? Brown Sugar, she plays sports. You know what I'm saying? Brown Sugar's a Celtics fan. You know what I mean? Over there in the Celtics, when you coming in the Boston Garden, man, you had to be tough, man. In the old parquet floor. And then on top of that, you got to realize, let's just start with their locker rooms. They locker rooms, their toilets wasn't working in the locker room. Their locker room was all messed up, toe up and stuff like that. The visitors' locker room, man, they treated them brutal, man. So what you think the fans gonna do to you? I used to love it when I got heckled, when they talked shit to me, when they said stuff. Now, in the beginning, I had a hard time handling it. But you got to understand, you got to thrive off of that. The great players, they thrived off of that. Jordan, he thrived. That's why Jordan loved to get on the road. That's why Kobe loved to be on the road. You know what I'm saying? A person that they ain't talking about that can really survive in the 90s, I think it's Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. If you really want to be honest, I think he could survive in the 80s. Because, if let's say Brown Sugar was talking shit to me. That's what you should want. 9 times out of 10, a lot of females that's going to talk shit. Actually, there's more females that talk shit more than the guys, really. If for those of y'all that are athletes, oh, man. Especially if them females know shit about you too. Oh man, if you, and let's just keep it 100. Don't get mad at me when I say this, okay? All right, I don't want nobody getting mad, getting all sensitive and all that shit. Oh my God, this isn't PG-13. Oh my God, you're not supposed to be saying it. But listen. Let's say you out there, you smashing all these females or whatever, you smashing your groupies. And they show up to your game and shit like that. And you might have had a falling out with her and shit. And she's showing up to the game. And she show up with somebody else. And she yelling disrespectful stuff saying, oh yeah, that's why he can't do this and he can't do that in the bedroom and all that. What you gonna say then now? And then all your teammates is looking at you and shit like that. Yeah. Y'all don't want to have that conversation. Y'all don't want to talk about that. Y'all want to be dummy and shit down. Oh, they don't talk about that. They don't do that. No, they do that type of shit. They do it at basketball games. Football games, you know what I'm saying? You got to be real close. You can't be nosebleed. You know what I'm saying? Baseball games, they going to do it everywhere. Shit. But that's the type of shit that you're going to be dealing with. You know what I'm saying? People going to try to use any type of psychological edge that they can. Now, the racial shit, I don't agree with that. But they were doing that back in the days when Bill Russell played. They were doing that shit back in the day when Will Chamberlain played. They were doing that shit back in the days when Oscar Robertson played. You know what I mean? So, that right there, they were playing during the time of all the segregation and shit like that, that went on. They had to deal with that stuff. They had to deal with a lot of stuff. And Brown Sugar know what I'm talking about. These guys were dealing with, you know what I'm saying, race. Of course, we still dealing with racism, but you dealing with, people doing stuff to you, harassing you, doing the stuff that they did to Bill Russell and shit like that, and I'm not gonna repeat it because it makes me sick to my stomach that they did that shit. But what I'm saying is, though, man, is like, if you're gonna go around like Draymond do, talking trash, talking shit, you know what I'm saying? You got to be able to take that shit too. You got to shit too, and being called Angel Reese. I don't like how they disrespect Angel Reese neither, man. I mean, Angel Reese, she done stepped her game up. Angel Reese setting records. Okay, what the hell did you do? You just a fan, drinking beer, probably never made it. Wish you had the athletic talent that she did. But anyway, I ain't even gonna get on that. But I wouldn't have took it as no disrespect and shit. I'd have kept on playing. I'd be like, nigga, you step your motherfucking ass out here. That's what you should want. That's what Kobe wanted. He wanted that shit. He relished that shit. Somebody being heckled and shit like that. Nah, man, you gotta be headstrong out here. It's even with on here, people gonna talk trash on here. I mean, anywhere, man. But Draymond is who he is, and he ain't gonna change or whatever. You know what I'm saying? He is what he is. But I think that it sparks his teammates. Look, if Draymond can't do anything else, he gonna run his mouth. I don't like the shit that he did to Nurkic. No, I do not. I don't like that shit. You know what I'm saying? I didn't, there's a lot of shit that I didn't necessarily, agree with. I really didn't like, with him and Jordan Poole, I'm on the fence about that. And I didn't like the shit that went on with him and Kevin Durant, but I mean, come on, KD, man, you gotta stand your ground on that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta say something back. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck if that's your teammate or not. You gotta say something back. I don't like none of that. I don't like some of the shit that he done. Okay, you know what I'm saying? But would I want Draymond on my squad? Like I'm talking about in his prime? Hell yeah, I wanted Draymond on the Sixers because you need somebody that plays with that type of edge. Now, there have been times when you looked at yourself and Draymond has cost the team, prevented them from winning sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm willing to admit that. You know what I'm saying? But you said WNBA focus on Kalen more. No, well, that's table starting to turn. And really, honestly, you need to be focused on Ajah Wilson. Ajah Wilson is who you need to focus on. She's the best player in the game, nigga. She at GOAT status. Give me Ajah Wilson, nigga. Ajah Wilson is who you need to be focused on. She's at the top, nigga. She the champ right now. She the queen. She's my queen. Yeah. That's who they need to be focused on. That's who they need to be focused on. You know what I'm saying? They don't need to be focused on nobody else. You know what I'm saying? Angel Reese, she on the come up, still doing her thing. You know what I'm saying? Working with Lisa Leslie. Don't get me wrong. You know what I'm saying? She gonna get better, man. Hey, nah. We support Angel Reese around here. You know what I'm saying? Kayla Clark can ball too, but Angel Reese has just been more successful. Let's just call it what it is. Angel Reese been playing. You know what I'm saying? Angel Reese been out on the court. Kayla Clark ain't been out there. You know, but that's neither here nor there. We here to talk about Draymond and all this trash talk. See, back in the days, man, you had to be mentally tough. Then on top of that, you might not been able to fight, but you gonna stand your ground. You know what I'm saying? Are you gonna stand your ground against Bill Laimbeer? Are you gonna stand your ground against Rick Mahorn? Are you gonna stand your ground against P.J. Brown and Dale Davis and Jamar McGlory? You know what I'm saying? Are you gonna stand your ground against the Chief and what's his name? Kevin McHale and Larry Bird? You know what I'm saying? M.L. Carr and all them motherfuckers. Are you gonna stand your ground against the Boston Celtics and them? Are you gonna stand your ground against the old ass Sixers? Are you gonna stand your ground against goddamn Karl Malone throwing elbows and shit? You know what I'm saying? John Spider Sally. You know what I'm saying? You know, are you gonna stand your ground against Gary Payton that's gonna talk shit all the goddamn game? Now you want to talk? You want to know somebody that talks shit? And I know from personal experience, because we done seen Gary Payton in the club over here in San Antonio. Gary Payton gonna talk shit. Shout out to Gary Payton, Pops, Mr. Mean. Yeah. Got family that know Gary Payton. Gary Payton gonna talk shit. Okay, back to work. All right, brown sugar. Have a good night. Gary Payton gonna talk shit. He gonna let you know. Sean Kemp. Yeah, but Sean Kemp, man, he wasn't like Gary Payton, though, man. Gary Payton gonna keep on talking shit. Gary Payton gonna get in your motherfucking head, nigga. Yeah. Reggie Miller, of course, we know we don't need to mention him. You know? Yeah, man, you had to be mentally tough out in that motherfucker. You couldn't be no softy. You know, and listen, when I say that Draymond couldn't have made it in the 80s, I'm talking about like talking shit wise. There's a lot of motherfuckers that wouldn't have been able to make it during the 80s talking with the shit talk. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they just wouldn't have. Cause it was a different time, different era, you know what I'm saying? Different way of doing things. That's just like with that shit that happened with Jamar Chase and Jalen Ramsey and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that was going on in regular, people spitting. The worst thing that you could do to a motherfucker is spit on them. You know what I'm saying? Gary Payton tried to talk Jordan. Yeah. Got in his head. Jordan had his worst shooting percentage against the Sonics. The Sonics were physical. They were scrappy. They were long. You understand what I mean? Them Sonics teams defensively was not fucking around. You know what I'm saying? You had Nate McMillan. You know what I'm saying? You had Gary Payton. People forget Sean Kemp played good defense too. He was a good rebounder. You know what I'm saying? You had Eddie Johnson. You know what I'm saying? Like God, man, they had, you had Detlef Shrimp. Don't get enough credit for the shit that he do. You understand what I mean? Yeah, I forgot. Yeah, you like the Seattle Supersonics and shit. You know what I'm saying? You low-key should like the OKC Thunder. You know what I'm saying? Because, that's pretty much, same neck of the wood, same franchise and all that other stuff till they moved and shit. You know what I'm saying? But, man, don't get me started on Red. Don't get me started. R.I.P. to Dennis Johnson. You know what I'm saying? DJ. You know what I mean? Come on now. These motherfuckers, Paul Pierce talk hella shit. Gonna get in your head, man. Them motherfuckers was gonna get in your motherfucking head, and they didn't care how you felt about that shit. That's what they wanted. You said, do you think Seattle coming back? Yeah, they working on that. They working on trying to do that. I don't know how soon it's gonna happen. Shout out to Turok, because Turok had already talked about it. They talking about bringing the Sonics franchise back, and shit. Hey, that's a good thing. They need it back. You know what I'm saying? I know you like the Seattle Supersonics. I know you like them, man. Supersonics. Hey, man. Supersonics, I used to like the Supersonics, though. I ain't even gonna front, though. I used to like the Supersonics, man. But yeah, I think they should come back, though. And they will. They was a very, that's a very slept-on fan base, man. They fan base, you say you had a Kemp jersey. Man, I bet you still got a Kemp jersey. That motherfucker still got that yellow, that green, you know what I'm saying, lime green, you know what I'm saying, yellow and white jersey. But nah, hey, I used to like that kind of burnt orange. I like that, man. Yeah, nah. I used to like them jerseys, man. They got so many different variations of the Supersonic. They do need to bring it back though. That squad was no joke, man. For real. That '96 squad, man. The Bulls better be lucky they had Dennis Rodman. That's all I got to say. They better be lucky they had Dennis Rodman. That's one of the reasons why I got Dennis Rodman. But because of that finals too, that really solidified Dennis Rodman more so than aside from him leading the league in rebounding for consecutive years and stuff like that. But that '96 finals solidified his impact in the game, man. Even at an older age, you know what I'm saying? He was still able to shut people down. You said team back was fast paced, good offense. Yeah, man, and they was very athletic. Even you know they got a little older. And see, Sean Kemp, you know Sean Kemp, man. If they gonna be putting some people in the Hall of Fame, man, look, I know that Sean Kemp, man, the way he ended his career, it was not good and everything. But he was on a verge. Sean Kemp was on a verge of a Hall of Fame. I'm talking about not just a Hall of Fame, first ballot Hall of Fame career, man. Like, for real, man. Sean Kemp was starting to evolve his game, man. He was starting to have that, he had that little jumper. He started to have that little 15-footer to his game, you know what I'm saying? Hit it on the baseline, you know what I'm saying? That sort of shot. And on top of that, he was athletic too. Yeah. But nah, man, I mean, Draymond, bro, you know, he is who he is, man. He gonna be who he's gonna be. Um, I mean, like I said, Draymond one of them players, either you gonna love him or you gonna hate him. You know what I'm saying? Like I've never got on here and said, okay, yeah, man, I can't stand Draymond, none of that other stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I don't like some of the stuff that he does or anything like that. And I don't get on here saying like, you know, he's this mega superstar, no shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But when somebody asks me, yeah, would you like Draymond on your team or something like that? I'll be like, hell yeah. I'll be lying if I don't. There's a lot of motherfuckers that don't want they don't want Dylan Brooks on their team. But you be lying because Dylan Brooks shut anybody. Look, I know all that transformer shit. You know what I'm saying? That don't matter, nigga. What you doing the flow, nigga? That's what I want about. You said, do you think the NBA going back to the '80s style back? I don't even know, Steven. I hope so. You know what I'm saying? But that's a long shot. You got too many people that are sensitive. But, you know, the way that Jordan, you know what I'm saying, you feel his impact, you know what I'm saying, you feel him talk about it, you feel how, you know what I'm saying, he want to bring stuff back, you know what I'm saying. Hey, look, he should bring it back. You know what I'm saying? They should bring it back. You know, '80s, when you think of the '80s, you think of hand checking. You know what I mean? You think of hand checking. You think of, you know, physicality. You know what I'm saying? Like I like it, but you know, people want to see scoring too now. You know what I'm saying? Look, I don't mind seeing either one. That's why when motherfuckers they complain about Wemby shooting 3-pointers, they complain about Luka shooting too much. They complain about Stephen Curry shooting threes all the time and stuff like that. Okay, well, which one do you want? Then you complain when the scores is low. Okay, you know, it's too much damn defense or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so which one you want? Me, it don't matter, nigga. I could watch either one. I appreciate basketball for what it is. You know what I'm saying? Just get out of there. You said it's going to be another Rodman and another Jordan in the future. I don't know about that. I don't know about that, man. Shit. I don't know about that. I don't know about that because you got to understand, Steven, they had specialists back then. You know what I'm saying? Everybody had their role. Like you had a team, like okay, look at OKC right now. You know what I'm saying? They got a whole bunch of specialists, whole bunch of glue guys on their motherfucking squad. You know what I'm saying? Alex Caruso, he a glue guy. You know what I'm saying? Lou Dort, he a glue guy. You understand what I'm saying? You know, the scrappy, get it done and everything. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? Isaiah Joe, even though he could score, you know what I'm saying? Then you got the other Jalen Williams on there. He's a glue guy, you know what I'm saying? But he can also score, you know what I'm saying? Alex Caruso, you know what I'm saying? I think I said that. Yeah, Caruso, Dort. But see, and then Jalen Williams, he could play defense, play both sides. SGA could play both sides. Chet Holmgren could play both sides. You understand what I mean? Like you got to have a whole bunch of guys on there that's willing to play deep. That's why the Chicago Bulls were so hard to stop. That's why Golden State was so hard to stop or whatever. You know what I'm saying? You had Klay Thompson that was a two-way player. You had Sean Livingston. You know what I'm saying? You said West is stronger than the East. Of course it is. Of course it is. You know what I'm saying? I mean, OKC Thunder is stronger than everybody. OKC Thunder, man, ain't nobody beating no Thunder. Ain't nobody beating no Thunder, man. Thunder gonna repeat. Thunder might three-peat if they keep the same pieces. Thunder might three-peat. Thunder might three-peat. They might three-peat in this motherfucker, Alex. You know what I'm saying? I want Alex to feel it. What's up with it, Alex? They might three-peat. Don't be mad at me when I say it. They might three-peat. The Warriors ain't beating them. The Rockets ain't beating them. The Spurs ain't beating them. The Lakers ain't beating them. Anybody in the goddamn East ain't beating them, including Detroit. And I like Detroit. You know what I'm saying? I love the Sixers, you know what I'm saying? But they can't beat the Thunder. They can't beat them. You said, Denver. No, they can't. They can't. Outside of joking the man, they not doing nothing. Who gonna stop Shea? Who gonna be willing not to score? Have you know what they call triple single, whatever, and sacrifice and stuff like that. Not too many players. They worried about how good they look. They worried about their numbers. They worried about their stats and all that other stuff. Give me a Lou Dort on the team that don't give a fuck. They gonna sacrifice his body. Give me an Alex Caruso that gonna sacrifice his body, play defense. Give me an SGA gonna stay quiet, nigga. Bust your ass, get 30, and then sit his ass down. You know what I'm saying? And on top of that, they holding it short-handed, man. Nigga, they ain't even got Jay and Williams. They don't even got J-Dub. Let that sink in. You got motherfuckers up in here getting blown out in dog fights with teams that's less than 500. You got Milwaukee Bucks getting their ass whooped with Bronny James in the lineup. You said East Detroit will give OKC a run for their money. They give a run for their money, but they ain't gonna do nothing later. They got up out of here. They don't like what I said. They don't like what I said. They don't like what I said. But see, when you tell them the truth, they get up out of here. They get up out of here. They leave. Nah, go ahead and stay for the smoke. Tell me the truth, nigga. Y'all don't want to hear the truth, man. Nobody beating OKC. Nobody. Not unless SGA go down. And God forbid. SGA go down, they're in a world of trouble, Stephen. They're in a world of trouble, Alex. They're in a world of trouble, Matt Moses. If SGA go down, that's it. That's it. That is it, man. I don't know what they're gonna do. And listen, I hate to think like that, but It's the truth. If LeBron gives the Lakers have the players to match it. No, they don't. No, they don't. They're gonna be blowing by OKC. Matter of fact, um, man, they gonna make easy work of and then on top of that, you gotta think about it like this. They too fast, they too athletic. They gonna blow them motherfuckers away, man. Listen, man, they can't match up with OKC. OKC on a whole nother level, Steven. OKC on a whole nother level. The Lakers do not match up well with them. I haven't seen nobody. Listen, OKC right now, and like I said, look at their personnel too, man. Like, you got guys on there that don't mind. Listen, when you got a team on there that don't mind not scoring, they love to play defense, love to rebound, love to sacrifice their body. Nigga, size don't mean shit. You talking about they got size, nigga, that don't mean nothing. Not the OKC, nigga, they got physicality. They got speed, athleticism, scrappiness. They got intellect. When you talk about Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, you know what I'm saying, in a situation like what happened with Houston or whatever, drawing the fouls and stuff like that, you gotta have basketball IQ too. Size ain't everything. It's a whole lot. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they beat Houston. Houston longer than the Lakers. Houston got size. You know what I'm saying? No, man, don't get me with that size shit. Now they not all that as short as you think they are, but nigga, they scrappy, they athletic. You know what I'm saying? They well coached, and on top of that, Stephen, guess what else they got? They got continuity, they got chemistry. These guys done been through the trenches with one another. You know what I'm saying? They know where each other's at. You know what I'm saying? They got each other back. They don't mind. There ain't no egos on there. You know what I'm saying? Alex Caruso love it over there. He hated playing with the motherfucking Lakers. You know what I'm saying? Had to deal with LeBron and this bullshit. And then you talk about LeBron coming back. We got to even see if that shit gonna work out. The fans don't even want his ass there. Shit, you gotta see that, man. That motherfucker is bracing themselves to see what's gonna happen. All the drama gonna happen again. You gotta deal with all that. Oh yeah, I gotta get my hair, my nails done, and all that other bullshit, that diva bullshit. Nigga, just get your ass out there and play, nigga. Either you gonna play or not, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Either you gonna retire or not. Shit. Get on my damn nerves. Shit. Oh, well, he's coming back. Nigga, just get your ass out there and play, nigga. We don't need all the, oh, well, I gotta get this right. I gotta get that right now. Just step your ass out there and play, nigga, and play within the team concept. You know what I'm saying? You don't see SGA making all this big dramatic stuff. That's why he's busting your ass up under the radar. They gonna continue to do it. And they gonna win. And they winning quietly. That's what I like, Steven. All these motherfuckers is making noise. They ain't doing nothing. Wemby ain't making a lot of noise. Guess what? He getting it done. Cade Cunningham, he ain't making a lot of noise. Guess what? He getting it done. All this noise. Oh, well, you know, I gotta get this right, man. You know, I gotta put all this shit on my hair and all that. Man, fuck your hair, nigga. How many titles can LKC win? Shit, man. If they healthy and they young and they scrappy, all that shit, man, they could win like 3-4. But they gotta be healthy. They gotta be healthy. You know, they gotta be healthy. I mean, hell, even without J-Dub, man, his backcourt mate getting it done, man. SGA don't take no nights off. That's what I want. I want a Maxi. He don't take no nights off. VJ Edgecombe, he ain't taking no nights off. Wemby took one night off, man. That was they told him to. Other than that, he ain't ducking no smoke. That's what you want in your superstar, man. You gotta force his ass to sit down. And you gotta look at the contract to keep the nigga, man, they gonna want to stay. As long as I'm winning. As long as they winning shit. They love that fan base, love their squad. That fan base love their squad, man. They love their team. Alex, like I said, Alex Caruso, man, he found a home there, man. He love it over there, man. Chet Holmgren, they love him over there. They love SGA. They love J-Dub. You know what I'm saying? They you know, they done got connected with the coach and dog out, whatever his name is. I can't even pronounce that dude's name or whatever. But the coach of OKC, man, you know what I'm saying? They love him over there, man. You know what I'm saying? But it's all going to depend on health. All going to depend on health. Yeah, but I don't see that happening with OKC. Because, I mean, why break up a good thing? Somebody going to sacrifice to take less money. You know what I'm saying? That's just like with the San Antonio Spurs. Tim Duncan, you know what I'm saying? He did the ultimate sacrifice. He said, you know what? Nah, I want to continue winning championship. I got a home here. I got a home here. You know what I'm saying? I got a home here. You know what I'm saying? I'm winning championships. You know what I'm saying? Okay, we in OKC. You know what I'm saying? Market ain't all that big or whatever, but guess what? We staying low key. We winning Larry O'Brien's. We winning Larry O'Brien's. That's all that matters. Everybody worried about all this. Oh, how many points I got and how many stats I got. Now, nigga, I'm on championships. That's what you want. You should want championships. Oh, man, I got worried about, you know what I'm saying, how my hair look and all that. Man, just shut up and get on the court and play, bitch. That's why don't nobody want your ass in the league, man. Jordan wasn't worried about his motherfucking hair. He shaved that motherfucker off. Kept going. Kareem wasn't worried about this shit. Guess what? He kept going. Got worried about how I look and all this other stuff or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Be a man and get out there. SGA ain't worried about that shit. That motherfucker barely talk. Can we just get you out there and play basketball without all the extra antics and all that other bullshit? Don't nobody want to see that shit, man. Shit. Yeah, I know y'all mad. I know y'all don't want to hear that. They mad at me. Oh, well. Shit. I done said it, my P. Straight to the point. Shouts out to the whole entire LDBC. Shit, I'm gone.